Hello! Thank you for joining me and my cute husband, Brian.
Still have the beard.
You guys, I can't. You guys, I'm so excited because today I'm sharing with you a book that I haven't shared yet, and I even did PDF for it. It's super simple. So I have a confession about today's workshop, Brian.
Go for it.
So you guys, I made this because I made a mistake. I was doing it a different way, and then I loved it with one sheet of paper. So there's 2 envelopes. We're gonna make this. And I got addicted to making this. My mistake turned into today.
That's what happens.
But then I made another one. I had to make another one, you guys. So I had to make this one. How many of you recognize this from your newsletter today? If you're not subscribed to the Teresa newsletter,
Shame on you. I mean, you should sign up.
you should sign up. And here's another version that I'm going to teach you, you guys. Look how cute this is. Do you recognize it? Okay, 1 sheet of 12 by 12 paper, you guys. And this is the same book, you guys. I do different versions to show you. So it's really simple, you guys. 1 sheet of paper, and then this was extra because I wanted to do like empowerment, like art prints if I gave that to somebody. This is what we're making. So this is from 1 sheet of paper. We're gonna open this up. Ooh, look how pretty. And so it really, if you want a really substantial, make sure you're using really good paper. I am using, this line is called Azure Papery, which I'm obsessed with. So you know how you get I always like to make my cards into little mini pockets. So I just want to point this out. We're not going to do this because unless you have this paper, you're going to go, okay, so this is the best life. That's my handwriting. I always get people say, is that your handwriting? Yes. So these are part of the tag papers, and I just put those on white cardstock paper, you guys, and I punched a hole. I created little, I kind of call it, what would you say, bookmarks? So if you like this, you can have that. And so, oh my gosh, this was my 3x4 tag, Hello Life. I'm obsessed with this blue. That's why I call it blue. What do I call this line?
I called it Azure Papery.
But Azure means blue, Brian Weber.
I know. You know who came up with that paper
Yes,
line name?
You did.
Who came up with the name? Huh? Who was it?
You came up with the name,
Thank
but
you.
You didn't design the line.
Well, heck no. I would never do that.
This is what you're going to do. It has 1, technically another pocket here. So, but I say 2, but there's actually 3. And then this portion is going to wrap around. We're going to score to get a really nice little book edge here. And the first thing you're going to do is you're going to cut off 4 inches. So you're going to cut this at 4 inches. So take your paper, and this is going to be your cover. So wherever you want it to be, you guys, think about, like, this is going to be my cover of my book. So I want my bows to be gold, if that makes sense. So make sure, whichever way you want your cover to be, you're cutting off the piece that is going to be your cover. So at 4 inches, you're going to take it, and you are going to have a piece that looks just like this. Okay, now you're going to take this same piece, and you're just going to put it to the side for now. And then you now have this piece here. And what you're going to do is on your 4-inch piece, so the piece that is 4 inches high by 12 inches wide, I like to have a crease. And again, I just messed up making this book. So this is just Teresa created this. So if you have a better way to do it, please do it. Okay, so I'm going to score it at 6 inches, and then just the next line over. So 1/8. So it would be 6 inches, and then come in go outside 1 more line, which is the 1/8, and then just score that. And then just take that and give it a good crease. I know this is probably harder to see on mine because I am dealing with, it's the gold. Now you're going to sit here, you're going to go, wait a minute. But when you scored that, you have a little bit, I know. So you could cut that off, or you could keep it. And I'm going to be honest, I just keep it. Now I'm going to show you why. But I will do something a little bit later. So it's okay because I wanted to have that wrap around. So when I put my flap in here, I'll make sure, and I'm going to line it up towards the edge. So you'll see that. Now, the next thing you're going to do is if you like rounded corners. Now, for example, this one doesn't have rounded corners. I could have easily done rounded corners, but I couldn't find my corner rounder when I was making this because I had a big mess going on. So I'm going to do it now because I actually prefer my corners rounded. Did you know that about me, Mr. Weber?
I did.
Okay.
As a matter of fact.
Did you? Okay, so same thing here. I'm going to corner around. I'm just going to do my front. So this is your cover, you guys. So you really don't need anything else. This is double-sided paper. Who does not love the dots? And so here you go. It's awesome, awesome. Now, the next piece is you have a piece that is now 12 inches wide by 8 inches high. And so what you're going to do is you're going to score it directly in half at 6 inches. So it's just a score. Get a good score going. You want to, I actually like to flip it over because I'm kind of weird. I love a good score. I like it to be scored, and I just make sure that I don't cut it. And then you're going to flip it to where it's basically 8 across. Okay, it looks like I cut mine a little short, so if you did do that a little bit, I could have cut a little bit off. I just make sure, and then directly in the center at 8 inches. So if it's 8 inches, you're going to score it again at 4. So on the 8-inch wide side, score it at 4 inches. 4 inches. Okay. Make sure that makes sense. Okay. Now, I always say when I score it, be careful because some papers, especially thinner papers, it will just cut it instead of doing the score. So to me, I always say like a score is light pressure. I always would suggest going lighter before I go, if that makes sense. You want to, you know, so hopefully that makes sense. So now we have a piece of paper that is 12 inches wide. It's 8 inches high. We've scored it at 6 and we've scored it at 4. Okay. So I know that I want my pockets because I love this paper so much. I want my bows with the gold bows to show. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and then I'm going to take my adhesive and I'm going to put adhesive on this side and on this side. You guys, double-sided tape works too.
What line is that one? That one's
this is
bold?
bold. This is bold, you guys. It is.
And some people have been
so
asking like matte versus glossy. So bold and bright side, the two newest ones, are
don't
both
have
matte
it.
finish.
They're matte finish. That's a good question. Yeah. Okay, so I'm putting adhesive on the far right side, and I'm putting adhesive on the far left side. You could use your Mega Runner, but
If it doesn't run out of
well, I was crafting a lot. I told you.
I guess, geez
I have
Louise.
been crafting a lot, so we will just do this. Okay, so then you're going to take it and you're going to fold this up. So take off your adhesive. There we go. I'm telling you, I am loving all this creative time. I'm not even kidding. It makes me so happy. I just love.
I love watching you do this stuff. It's
Do
cool.
you really? It's like, but do you know, like when I did this earlier, like I did this today to just show like a really girl version. It made me so happy because all I could think about was like, I cannot wait to give that to Capri and talk to her about what it means to be a strong woman, a strong, you know, or my grandson's a strong boy, you know. And so, okay, so here we go. I'm going to lift it up, and you're going to go, oh, wait a minute. The bows are upside down. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Okay. Oh, there we go. Ooh.
That's some pretty sexy
See what
paper.
I did there, you guys? You think the paper's sexy?
I do.
Oh, my gosh. Brian Weber. Okay. Okay. So now you're going to, it's folded up, and then I just go over. And then you've probably figured it out. You're going to put adhesive only on this right-hand side. And it's okay if you have a paper that has, what do you call it? A pattern or, you know, words or something. Because it's not going to show when you lift it up. Or I should say like bows. Some people do not like their stuff upside down. I understand. Okay, we're going to do this.
I wasn't going to say anything, but I'm like, hey, wait a minute.
Oh my gosh, you're so funny. Okay, so then I'm holding this down, and then I'm going to do a really nice, okay, hold that down. Okay, you guys, now with this piece, you've noticed you've got basically, you've got 1, 2, 3 pockets. You could have put adhesive along the bottom center too if you want, but I've already, this is a 2 pocket. There's a pocket here. And with my paper is really thick, cardstock weight, so it's perfect for this, right? So you got this here, so you got this piece, and now you go, you guys, you're gonna go, this is so simple. Now, here's my tip or trick. Now, remember, I just created this, so this is just DIY Teresa. So then, this is what I did. I went back and I took just a smidgen, maybe an 1/8. I want to say, really, look at this, you guys, like an 1/8. Now, you don't have to do this. It still works if you don't, okay? It still works, but I cut off. Now, this is not the side that's rounded. Don't do that, because you want the side that, because this side, this is what, when I did this, and I had my oops, and I made this, I was like, wait a minute, I really like this. So you want the side that's already folded over to be on the outside of your book, and then you're gonna take it, and then you're gonna adhere it to your inside of your book. You guys, it's that simple. You're like, whoa. So I'm just gonna put the adhesive on the inside of this. Now, here's the thing. You could do this so many different ways. As I was doing this and made the mistake of doing this with the 1 sheet of paper, I kept thinking of other ways, other things, and I was like, oh yeah, totally. So if I can come up with this just by making a mistake, there's so many different ways to do it. And I always like to say, your way is the perfect way, because it's what you do and how you create. And that's really important. So, okay, I'm gonna take this off. This is so simple, you guys. I am loving, I made like, how many did I make today, babe? I did like 3 or 4. And what was going to be, because I was planning on teaching another, oh, there we go. I was planning on teaching another technique, which I will later go do it, but as I was doing it, I wasn't paying attention, and I made this book instead, and then I go, well, wait a minute, I think I'm going to teach this one. I'll teach that one too. So if you guys like these, give me hearts right now and let me know if you want me to continue. Oh, I better. So as I put this in, the side that I cut, the side that is completely like when we flipped it over, I like that to be on the outside of my book because it makes it look more finished. So I just want to point that out. And then I take it and I line it up with the bottom of my book, and I press it on, and I make sure I have that groove there. You guys, we just created the cutest. Now, this one happens to have a little bit of white showing just because I didn't put it all the way to the edge, and you just trim that. And then if you want to corner around it, you can. If you don't want to, I'm going to corner around it just a little bit because I like that. Just a little bit. Okay, there we go. I don't know if I got that. There we go. Okay, so then you have created the cutest, simple, little flat book out of 1 sheet of paper, you guys. How cute is this? I mean, it's so simple. And then you can take, okay, don't laugh. This is literally my hair rubber band that I don't know why it's in my office, but you know what? It's just going here. It's going there. And look how simple that is. So here is the same book, same process. You can see I just used a 4x6 piece. I cut it out. I corner rounded it. I did the printout from the PDF I gave you, I Am Strong. And then there's a photo in here. There's an envelope in here too, so you can see that. So you can really make this. I love the idea of putting like a gift card in there. And so this one I did with the reflect. Oh, by the way, here's another little tip. So when I cut out my papers, I got to show you this because I was cutting out the thing, and I love, love, love. One of my favorite techniques to do that I've done for years. Whoa, that was not straight, you guys. Okay, let's hear. I'm going to show you a little thing that I do. So in order to make this kind of like it says strong and girly, so what I did is I cut it along the end, and here's my little tip. I take it and I act like I'm giving it a little fringe. Well, I am giving it a fringe, and I'm very random. You guys I remember teaching this at my event, and people thought I was crazy because I was fringing everything, you guys. I love it though. I love fringe. And so that's how I did that, and I kind of curl it up because then it takes a piece of paper, you guys, and look how cute it is because I've added a little fringe there. And then you can take it and you can, here, literally gonna put it over here to show you. By the way, I did staple that on there because, so, oh, I'm gonna put strong. No, I'm not, because I don't want it to fall off. I'm gonna just show you here. I take it and I just use my, this is why I love my stapler, because look how far in you could go. You could go way in there, but I don't need to go in that. And I'm just gonna show you, look how cute. There you go. I stapled it. And then with the fringe, that's how I created this little pocket right here. And I really love that. It's so, so simple. But you guys, I'm going to give this book to Capri. Here is another example. This is the one that I showed you before. This one I absolutely love because I put a flower on it. And I mean, this is, you know, for all the tag papers you have, you could write little notes about why you love that person. I'm addicted to this butterfly paper. It makes me happy. So I'm all about the butterfly. So this is another example. I want to show you, I did another one. This one I wanted to show you this sample. This was using reflections. And what I did on this one is I wanted to show how I just cut out pieces. This is like a little, just a little bag. And I wanted to show you how you could just take any elements. There's no rules. This is a card. And you can, you know, put in your pockets. You know, it's really up to you. The other sample I wanted to show you was, this one was, I love this one. This is the one I am going to give this to my next door neighbor. And it says, happy life, be brave with your life, inspire someone. So it's all about positivity. And so I love this paper for that reason. And then this was, because this was reflections paper, but then these were from one sheet of paper, you can get 6 tags because they're 4x6 from the bold line. And I thought, how cool would this be to give this to her, and she could then frame these in her 4x6, and this would be so perfect for college, for the college girls. So this is actually going to go to my across the street neighbor, because I love her, and she's so cute. She likes she follows me, and she tells me she's my biggest fan, and so I love her. So the last example that I have is this cute one here. So there is cute cannon, and another example, and I just used my washi tape. If you're wondering where I got the word strong, warrior, bold, empowered, strong. This is from my bold washi tape, and just because I'm all about the strong word today, I wanted to, you know, really talk about that and show that. This is, I just put his photo, and it was a 4x6, you guys. I'm telling you, I don't go crazy with special editing. I just cut it and I put it on a very, very thick piece of white cardstock, and then I folded it because I am going to write a note to my sweet cannon. And then I also have, this is a note card. So it was a white note card, you guys, so that I can write a letter to Cannon. So I really think that's really important, that you are writing, that you are sending the message. And by the way, I don't know if you have grandkids or kids like mine, they love to get their own photos, and that's something I found with my grandkids. So maybe make a card for their birthday and include one of their photos, and they think it's the coolest thing ever.
Bye guys, I love you.